do the first one, and then I'll let you continue with the next one. The first one, I work on the 10th floor. We want to make that a negative statement, and so we would say, I do not work on the 10th floor. I work. I do not work. Now, when I say I do not work on the 10th floor, the reasonable question is, where do you work? I work on the 8th floor. Or, I do not work at all. I am lazy. Or, I do not work at all. I want to work, but I cannot find a job. I am unemployed. So, this tells you something negative, but it raises lots of questions. I do not work on the 8th floor. Or I do not work on the 10th floor. Oh, where do you work? Oh, do you work? Oh. So, I might make the exercise even harder for you. You know I like to do that. And I might ask you more questions. And you have to answer even more. So, Kun Nat, because you moved up to the front row, you get to start with number 2, please.
Mary doesn't like to study English.
Very good. What does she like to study?
She like to study Chinese.
Maybe
Any suggestion? But
Okay, maybe she likes to study French. Or maybe she likes to study history. You can just make something up. Kun Nat did something very well there. The exercise says, make it a negative sentence. She does not like to study English. We could also say, as Kun Nat did, she doesn't like to study English. And that's, this is how we usually would say it in the US. This is what we call, anyone remember? Contraction. And that is, we're making it short by running 2 words together. I will becomes I'll. Okay, good. Molly, number 3, please.
it will not speak English well.
They do not speak English well. What do they speak well?
Chinese well.
I'm making it, you should know this about me by now. I always make it more difficult than the book. What do they speak well? Do they speak Thai well? Do they speak Chinese well? Do they speak Arabic well?
they speak Latin well.
They speak Russian well. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, your name. Kun Tong. Number 4, please.
Number 4. The plane doesn't leave at 10 o'clock.
Oh, the plane doesn't leave at 10 o'clock. When does the plane leave?
Left. They left. It left at 2 o'clock a.m.
Oh, it leaves at 2 o'clock. A.m. or p.m.?
A.m.
Oh, we missed it. It was 9 hours ago, 8 hours ago. Okay, Kun Kat, please.
Yes.
Number 5.
Number 5. He doesn't know French perfectly.
What does he know perfectly?
Maybe Spanish or Portuguese and English and so on. So.
Okay, so that's not bad. Spanish and Portuguese.
Just guess.
Kun Van, how do you feel today?
I feel good today.
You do?
I don't feel well today.
Will you feel well tomorrow?
Hope so.
We all hope so too. Okay. Kun Kosin,
Yeah.
where does he eat lunch?
He eat lunch in the
Cafeteria.
cafeteria every day.
Okay, we're making a negative. I'm not sure I heard it.
He doesn't
Good.
eat lunch in the cafeteria every day.
Okay, he doesn't eat lunch in the cafeteria every day. Where does he eat lunch?
He eat lunch at restaurant.
At home. He eats lunch at home. The food is probably better.
Maybe at canteen.
Okay, Kun Rung, please, the next one.
He
ไม่ใช่ได้ไหม
Where?
He
fast
he doesn't always comes to class late.
Okay, that was a little harder, but I heard it correctly. He doesn't,
ชื่ออะไรชื่อ
or he does not always come
comes to class late.
to class late. Okay, when it's he comes, he doesn't come. When we have that helper verb, like does or does not, this verb goes back to its original form. It's not comes, it's come. Okay, he doesn't come to class late. Does he come to class on time?
Yes.
Does he always come to class on time?
He doesn't.
Yes.
Sometimes he can.
Always.
Always comes.
Always but
Okay, he always comes to class on time. Kun Rat.
They in
Number, I lost track. Number 9, please.
they do not like in Brooklyn.
Oh, they don't live in Brooklyn. Where do they live?
Live in Brooklyn.
San Francisco.
Okay, where is Brooklyn? Do you know this?
San Francisco.
New York.
New York. Okay, we'll take a moment away from the exercise and we'll talk about that.
And then you put it in San Francisco, Brooklyn.
Teacher Greg actually lives in Brooklyn.
They
What is Brooklyn? Whoops. Okay, New York City is divided into 5 parts, and those parts are called boroughs. They are Brooklyn, Manhattan, very good. Anyone else? Very good, yeah. And one more.
Maybe New Jersey.
Queens. Very good, Queens, yeah. So, Teacher Greg is from New York, or I guess he's from New Jersey, but he lives in New York City, and he lives in Brooklyn. If he gets on the subway, he can cross the river and he's in Manhattan. I like to visit New York City. I go there to see my friends who live there, and I usually stay in Manhattan. I have never been to Staten Island. To get to Staten Island, you need to take a special boat, and that boat is called a ferry. And one day I'll go to Staten Island. Okay, so that's a little about New York City. Back to the exercise, and now I lost track of, I think we're on Punkyam, number 10.
We We don't need fan in this room.
We don't need a fan in this room. It's actually cold with this air. What do we need in this room?
air conditioning.
Air, because air conditioning is cold.
It's cold because of the air conditioning, so what do we need? Do we need a heater? Okay. Kun Ken, number 11.
We don't use our books in class.
What do we use?
We use
Okay, maybe that one's harder. We might say we don't use our books in class. We use photocopy exercises, or we use magazines, or we use the whiteboard, or we use something else. Just anything. You can use anything. Okay, Kun Robert, the next one, please.
I understand everything he said. We do know. I do know, understand everything he said.
Okay, I do not understand everything he says, or I don't understand everything he says. Back up to the front with Kun Nat.
She doesn't want to visit Caracas.
What does she want to visit?
I think maybe she wants to go to USA.